Welcome to Athens, Georgia, Sanford Stadium, home to the Georgia Bulldogs, where more than 90,000 have already started to bark loudly. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on the winners of 7 straight, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway.
Ah, man.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Volunteers offense will get possession of the game. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving
tough as
faster.
hell,
The
too.
crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Caught in the backfield. It's Rasmussen. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. And the Volunteers are in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here.
Why the hell they keep making me switch?
They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking to throw it again. Caught in the backfield, it's Rasmussen.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs.
What the fuck?
Flying down the right side. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown ball.
I don't know how many people expected this to happen.
I might need to go to GameStop, dude.
Against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise. In the opening
My
drive,
controller is just switching icons.
Score the touchdown. That was big time.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside zone 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Bulldogs offense will go to work for the first time. And this figures to be just a tremendous matchup of big play receivers, Jesse.
And because of their skills, Reese, you're going to see all types of ways in how they use them, right? They're going to throw it to them. They'll throw screens. They'll get jet sweeps. Get these guys as many touches as you can.
Well, and the good thing is, if you're a defense, you're used to it. You see this guy in practice every day. Now you're seeing another guy that's elite. Which defense can rise to the challenge and get a few stops and maybe nullify the playmaker?
Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. And they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
Finds his target down the middle. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. On the run, it's Cornelius. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Field gets a little tighter here in the red zone. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll leave it with him. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. And they want to come out each and every game and really impose.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia. Lining up for the PAT.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone.
Just sit it on the table, Johnny.
All of his freakish ability on that play.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
The play-action fake. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a mid-season showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us.
He's loose down the middle. Past the 30. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy and making it.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Give to the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening. Run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Paul.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. After the misconnection, it's second down. They go to the ground. And he's almost to that first down marker there. Sadie's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Running back searching for a hole. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Good timing on the quick out. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Yeah, so hold on. He's probably playing his game.
With a fresh set of downs.
For some reason, he can't play and talk.
And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter.
Nope.
To the ground with the back. Into the end zone he goes.
Tired of you saying that too.
That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's
That's just
hard
all
when
right.
you run that many plays not to
You love
make a
it.
mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the
Yeah,
offense
it's
just
all right.
strung
He
play
love that
after
shit.
play after play together and got in the end zone.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Still running at the 40. Hit the afterburners, kid. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. We're through
Tennessee
one, and
tough.
what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Unloads it left. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Volunteers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
When you have so many playmakers on offense like they do, they can score quickly. You just saw it right there.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to bring it out. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
And those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you could tell, takes it out, good blocking, give him a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No. You see the fast guys, and you see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
This drive will open from the 15. On the run, it's Rasmussen. Now they've got breathing room, got 6 all the way out to the 20.
Hey, Rod, Duke was rolling on that video I sent last night. Hey.
Dialing up the
For
second
real.
down pass play. Good job to avoid the negative play and just
Yeah,
get rid of
Christmas
that thing.
set.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield.
That should have been my
And
pick.
that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. The Volunteers will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Makes a move. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. A first down for the offense. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. A safe quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forwards, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Trying play action. And a sack all the way back at the 5. Defense getting a boost from this crowd on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Couldn't get it out of the end zone, and it's a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese Davis. They may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe
touchdown, Georgia! And they take it in for 6 more points. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And the returner will be knocked down. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs.
And it's picked off. Touchdown, Bulldogs! How about that D coming up with a play like that?
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He wants to go deep. And that pass intercepted. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it first down at the 39. Line gets set, first down. He wants to throw. Snagged in the middle, it's Cornelius.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
They're going to run it. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Just causing wreckage in the secondary. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
This is an offense that leads the nation in first downs because there's so many different ways they can attack you. They're versatile. They could throw it. They could run it. They've got so much balance, and that's what makes them so hard to stop.
Quick strike complete. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw.
Touchdown, Dogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. Bringing it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Leaves it with the back. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. He's looking to throw. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's off to the races. Touchdown ball! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going into the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So on this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy.
He's going for the big play. And it's caught inside the 15. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Georgia. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish with a 62-yard pass for the score. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Kramer. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought... He'll be stopped at the 15. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. Touchdown, Bulldogs! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable top 25 clash. UAB was able to come away with a hard-fought victory in Birmingham. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction. Really unexpected outcome in this ranked-on-ranked matchup. The type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Wants to throw on first down. And down he goes back at the 3. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. They knock him down right there. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. And Shore tackling there to keep them from getting to the first down marker. The defense burns their third and final timeout of the half. The Vols will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Slips through the line. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Going for it all. To the end zone, and it's picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Well, he was rolling to his right, and because of that, I don't know if it affected the timing between him and his wide receiver. They just weren't on the same page on that one as the defense comes away with the INT.
Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Open a drive like that, it opens a world of possibilities. First down from the 43. Looking down the middle. He's got it. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll throw it on first down. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. Splits the uprights from 56, and he's got 3 on the board. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Just enough time for one final play in this half. He's looking to throw it. Getting some heat. Pressure is all over him, and he can't get it off. Down he goes, and that'll bring us to the end of the first half. And the Volunteers will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he's going to try to return this one. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They go right back to him. Just buried it. Strong run to get it out to the 21-yard line. A pickup of 6.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Lost one deep down the right side. He's got another 25. There he goes down the right side. Touchdown, Dogs! And the route is on. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way. Slips a tackle, and he's got room. The expressway is wide open. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Tennessee! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
Oh, he's going to go for the return. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over a hundo on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. Here's his offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. He's going for it all. Grabs it up to 25 in stride. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line. From the shotgun, they'll run it.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
You start day one training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Georgia! And the pummeling has started.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. And the Vols have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And they couldn't hold off the Heat, and he goes down with a sack.
This has been a rough night for this offensive line. Man, they have not protected their quarterback. Everything starts with the big guys up front. That's their 5th sack given up in the game.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He won't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Volunteers will punt this one away. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touch. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too.
This defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense to be
On the defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. And the Bulldogs line it up with a 1st and goal. In the red area, it's Silva. Pickup of 1. It's down at the 11.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And I really like the decision by the quarterback there. And listen, it's early in the downs. Like, don't force it. Don't make a turnover. He tucks it, get what you can get, and then live to play the next down. I like that execution by the QB.
Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Makes the catch. And he won't be able to push his way in. He stopped at the 1. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation.
Touchdown, Bulldogs! And the beatdown has ensued.
And how about this offense? A big situation on 4th and goal, and you trust your running back. You trust your offensive line. You trust the physicality of this unit, and they reward that trust, and they punch it in for 6.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Kramer. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Out of the gun, the inside give. And he's got enough for the 1st down. It'll be at the 35. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. 1st down to start the drive after the break. He's going to pass. Pressure coming. And he can't make the connection on his 1st attempt.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of...
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And this defense has been flying around. They are everywhere. There's 6 sacks on the day, spreading it around, multiple people coming from every angle. This QB has...
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. The Vols will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Out of the backfield, he's open. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. 3 wideouts to the right on 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. From the gun, the ground game. Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. And the Volunteers trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Volunteers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Hey, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. That last play changed everything on this possession. They've got it 1st and 10 inside the 30. He wants to throw. Makes his connection. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That 1st down now.
Touchdown, Dogs! And the punishment has been extended. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning. And they did tack on the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. To the air on 1st down. And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. This defense has kept him backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's going to let one fly down the middle. A big gain there as they did a tremendous job working the middle of the field.
Yeah, and if you're going to complete that throw, Reese, quarterbacks have got to play with anticipation. You've got to get it out of your hands early and give your receiver an opportunity before the defense gets to the ball.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together. Maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the 1st down. A new set of downs after the completion. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Finds a soft spot in the middle. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
And the Vols trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. They'll run the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver. It's third down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after him. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. It's good. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, 2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. UConn was anything but dominant today, but the Huskies are going to leave Wrenchler Field winners. A lot to work on, no question, but they avoid one in the LCON. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Georgia comes quickly to the line. Smart move to keep it on the ground. At the 40, there he goes. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
And now on second down for this offense. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. He's got a first down and maybe a lot more. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent.
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38. Line gets set. First down. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Trying to make magic with his feet. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Buys a little time with his feet. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a...
Oh, he needs to get rid of it. He needs to do something, and he will go down. What a terrible, terrible play and a big loss. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. And the fourth down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face, and it stinks, but you're not good enough.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Timeout on the field, and 4 ticks left to go. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Looking to throw on second down. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And they got him. Didn't have much